Yeah, I don't cut you, but what I mean, so then not just in the school, so we're talking about out here now, out in the public now as well. What
Uh,
can we do to the public?
well,
More
um,
policing or whatever you think should be happening.
well, yes, I've got some points on that. But what I would say with the knives there is to still keep the machine detector
Mm.
at the school entrance.
Yeah.
That's number one, I think. Um, Also, if they are hiding the knives before they come in the school, okay, they hide the knife, but they won't be leaving school until school finish in the evening. When the responsibility of what they do would not be so much on the teachers or uh, in the school, but it will be on their own head going from the school to home. That's one. Where the prevention of these serious crimes that are being carried out on the streets. I I truly believe more drastic action needs to be taken on anyone who is caught with a knife or a gun on the street.
So much of our black youths, and it's mostly our black kids, mostly we, we find having most of the problem. So what do you think about drugs? You think drugs is the main cause of it, or is it poverty or poor or whichever one?
I don't think it's poverty or poor.
And
I
first of all, what's the difference between poverty and poor?
Well, yeah, that's a good point. But let me throw this out there first. What I was going to say, you put me off there. But
It will come back to you.
yeah, it'll come back because it's.
All right, Kevin, what do you think cause most of these things that going on, this violence, crime, thieving, and everything? What do you think cause it? What is poor or poverty, and what's the difference between poverty and poor?
Difference between poverty and poor. Well, poor is when you can't find no money. Yeah, and poverty is when you're living on a low budget.
Well, but actually, actually to me that's the same thing.
Yeah.
What do you think, brother? What do you think, brother Ken? What's the difference between poverty and poor?
Yeah, where poorness is concerned, that's I think I would take it from when you're having to lower your standard from a living position or your earnings down to the bottom where you are really struggling. You're managed to keep going, but you're struggling. Poverty is when everything is gone and you have nothing else. You're now depending on others or food banks or begging on the street. That's the difference that I see with poverty and being poor. Being poor, you can still live. You might not be able to buy the things then that you really want and you would like, but you can still survive. Poverty is when you have everything is gone and now you're left to begging on the street, and even some people turn to crime to solve that situation.
Yeah, fair point, but to me, I think there's a difference to me between poverty and poor. I think that poor is when you lack of poor mentality. Poor is when you have poor mentality. Think small, you always think less. You're poor, so you know, you always think less. You never think positive at certain things. You always think small, and you always tell yourself you cannot do this or you can't do that. You always see yourself behind. You never see yourself in front. You always put back yourself. To me, that is poor to me. Poverty is when you cannot find food to eat. You cannot finance yourself. You have to begging, or you can't hardly send your kids to school. You can't do nothing. You can't hardly help yourself. Which enough, again still, you have people who still can help themselves, but they believe in begging, so they still live and beg.
Yeah.
They still always, just like definitely, I see a video in Jamaica, from Jamaica, on social media, which a lady was called Dana and asked for help. And she have no food to eat, only banana in this time. I know that it's not so bad in Jamaica, and to where she live as well. She only have eat banana and butter for her kids and to go to bed. And when it happened, then I go there and see the house. When we see the house that the woman live in, I said, this woman is not is not in poverty at all. And some of the people them who donate money did want it, but they said, because when I hear the lady talk, I was going to send her money to her as well. But when it happened, I said, well then, and I said, well then, when I go there, I would look for the lady as well too, because I know where she live and so on. I said, well then, I was going to go and bring something for her and so. But when then I go and surprise the lady, it's a different person show than way she make it look. So some people just believe in begging. So when they don't, they just want. It just coming like wants and need. Wants and need is two different things. They just see the thing and they just want it and they have no use for it. It's just like you have on a pair of shoes and a man say, beg the shoes. He don't need it. But him just see it, so well, him just want it.
Well, if I might add to that, because what I do find there, knowing the mentality of some people, not all, you have to put the restriction there. Some people, they are what in our Jamaican colloquial terms, they are gravelicious.
Yes.
And they are bad mind.
Greedy, jealous,
And
jealous.
greedy and jealous.
Yeah, jealous, yeah.
They are not so poor off as they might allow you to think.
But let me cut it there, you said Jamaican, not Jamaican,
Well,
so
it's
I have to
not
cut you
just
part that,
Jamaican. Yeah, yes.
It's a real thing now, because when you hear
right.
the rest of country people, when it happen that say, well then, it happen that say, well then, you happen to talk to the rest of people them in other places.
Yeah.
It's the same thing.
The same thing.
It's the same thing, it's no difference.
It's real one.
Yeah.
It's worldwide thing. As long as you leave
yeah.
your country and come into this country, that's how they're looking for it.
Yes,
Yeah.
I do agree with you 100% because I've got experience of that as well with another country and workmates that I've met here. They had the same problem,
Yeah.
and I could go on talking about that without me calling names.
Yeah, don't
Really.
expect you to call them.
But they, yes, you do find that people are just jealous, bad mind, crafty, and just they just think that what you have is what they want. And although they can help themselves and do better, they refuse to do it. And to me, that is totally out of order and wrong. I mean, that's putting it mildly. But, if you want to better yourself, don't look to better yourself at the expense of somebody
Someone
else.
else's expense.
No. No.
Kevin, you have a barber shop. So you must, I know that barber shop now don't full up like first time now. What you must have some experience of something where someone might come in and probably even talk about it, what going on around them or so in even their country. Why, you know? So you must have something can say to the panel. You look like you want to sleep. Wake up, man. You're in this panel.
Yeah, well, you know, the whole world was on lockdown for the last 2 years and things is just starting to move back forward again and everyone is coming out and doing different things. Some place locked down and some new business start and all of that. So we just have to just take it as it's go along and just try and do our best, you know.
Well, guys, we're gonna wrap up here. So, brother, can you have anything to say to the people them?
Well, there are many things that one could say.
Yeah, you
But
can say
to
some, you can still say something.
what we the first thing is to don't pay so much attention to what the other man or the other woman is doing. Don't just look at their success and covet them for it. Try to do something yourself. And if you don't know how to start, try to ask somebody. Ask somebody else who are successful. How do you go about this? Or what do you do? And such. But I dare say there are some people so proud they won't want to ask. And that is a bad thing. That's not good. If you want to progress in life, be humble and work hard to get to where you want to get to. Those people who you look at and are seeing that they are successful, you don't know what they went through at the start of their business. Some of them, I know people, individuals who ate baked bean and toast for their Christmas dinner.
Yeah.
And I'm talking the truth there.
Baked bean and toast.
Baked bean and toast. And he was married. I don't know if he was married, but he had a partner. And they lived together and they had baked beans and toast for their Christmas dinner. The end of it, years later, meeting the same person, he was a millionaire. He became a millionaire.
Is it?
Because while he have houses that I've worked on, and I know where he was living, so it was a different house totally, and at the same time he had another big house someplace else. You see? And he was able to sell one and buy must be a mansion elsewhere.
So move
You
from
see?
baked bean and toast
So,
to
exactly.
oxtail.
He
duck.
moved from the
And
baked
lobster.
bean and toast to
To bake chicken and bake and bake.
Yeah.
next no doubt he might
Lobster and oxtail.
Yes. Yeah.
Well, that do happen, you know. You see, as we say, well then, so guys, I think this is where we're gonna leave it for now. We'll come back with round 2 at another time. So, guys, we're gonna out of here. Bless up, my people. Bless up and live up. Don't get bad mind and jealous. Bless up, live up.
All right.